Welcome back, all of you. So the next topic in this unit of error correcting codes is the cycling codes. So cycling codes is basically, you can say, it's a subclass of linear block code. It's a subclass of linear block codes, and the advantage of cyclic codes over the linear block code that we've seen earlier is that the cyclic code can correct more number of errors. So they help us in constructing higher order error correcting codes. They help us in constructing higher order error correcting codes. This is the main advantage of using the cyclic codes. Previously, we have seen that for selecting a generator matrix, it is relatively easier if we are going for a single error correcting code. But as the order of the error correcting code increases, the selection of generator matrix becomes difficult. So to ease that constraint, we make use of the cyclic code. So these cyclic codes, they satisfy very nice mathematical structure that permits the design of higher order error correcting codes. So the mathematics involved in cyclic codes is such that it is relatively easier to correct more number of errors. Secondly, for cyclic codes, encoding and the syndrome calculations can be easily implemented using shift registers. So they make use of shift registers to implement the mathematical part of the encoding and the decoding. They make use of the shift register. Okay, so we can see that in cyclic codes, the code word are simple lateral cyclic shift of one another. Code words are lateral cyclic shift of one another. That means we can say that if C is a code word which is equal to let's say C1, C2 up to C of n. If this is a code word, then C2, C3, Cn, C1 will also be a code word. We are just giving a cyclic shift. Okay, and similarly C3, C2, C3, C4, C2, C1 and C2, this will also be a cyclic code. That means we are just giving a cyclic shift. Okay, so code words in case of cyclic codes are lateral cyclic shift of one another. So all these are your can act as your code word. So let us begin with the analytical part of the cyclic codes. Let's say, for example, we take a code word C that is represented by n digits, that is C1, C2, C3 up to C of n. This is a given code word vector. And Ci, first we'll discuss the important notations that we are going to use in this concept. Ci denotes the C code word shifted cyclically by I places. Ci denotes code word C shifted by I places cyclically. Okay, so we can say that C of I is equal to Ci plus 1, Ci plus 2 up to Cn, C1, C2, Ci. That means we are shifting this code word C by I places cyclically. I places shift has been provided, so that shifted code word is known as C of I. Okay. Now this cyclic code words, they can also be described in the polynomial form. Cyclic codes can also be described in the polynomial form. that will help us in doing the mathematical implementation of cyclic codes. So how do we represent it in the polynomial form? C of x can be written as C1 x raised to power n minus 1 plus C2 x raised to power n minus 2 plus up to C of n. So this is how we can represent any given code word C as its corresponding polynomial C of x. Okay, where these coefficients C1, C2, C of n can be either 0 or 1. The coefficient of the polynomial can be 0 or 1. Okay, and they obey the property whenever we do any kind of mathematical operations in case of cyclic codes. So following properties will be followed by these coefficients of the polynomial, that is 0 plus 0 will be equal to 0, that is modulo 2 addition we are doing over here. 1 plus 1 will be again 0, 0 plus 1 will be equal to 1 plus 0, and that will be equal to 1. And if we go for the multiplication, 0 into 0 will be equal to 0, 0 into 1 equal to 1 into 0 will be again equal to 0, and 1 into 1 will be equal to 1. So these are the mathematical operations that we have to follow for the coefficients of the polynomial. Okay, and these coefficients of the polynomial can be either 0 or they can be 1. So these properties will help us to first of all represent the cyclic code in polynomial form in this using this expression, and further if we want to do any mathematical operations over the cyclic coefficient of the polynomials, we need to follow these properties. The addition will be modulo 2 addition, and the multiplication will be the digital multiplication. So we can say that this correspondingly Ci of x will be equal to Ci plus 1 x raised to power n minus 1 plus Ci plus 2 n raised to x raised to power n minus 2 plus Cn into x of I plus C1 x raised to power I minus 1 plus C of I. Alright. Okay, next we'll discuss a very interesting property of cyclic code polynomials. Okay, the property says that when x into C of x is the code polynomial multiplied by x is divided by x raised to power n plus 1. Property is when x into Cx is divided by x raised to power n plus 1, the remainder is Ci x. This is the property. We can also prove this property. Let's say this x of Cx will be what? X into C of x can be written as equal to C1 x raised to power n plus C2 x raised to power n minus 1 plus Cn into x, right? So when we divide this x into C of x, that is C1 x of n plus C2 x n minus 1 plus Cn x by x raised to power n plus 1, where n is the order of the number of digits in the code word, right? N is the number of digits in the code word. When we divide this, the first term will be C1, so it will be C1 into x raised to power n and plus C1. If we simplify it, obviously in all these concepts we are going to use modulo 2 addition. So the same entity are getting subtracted or addition, that will result into 0. So we are left, this will be get cancelled out. So we are left with c2x raised to the power n minus 1 plus c3x raised to the power n minus 2 plus c of n x plus c1. Okay, so this is the remainder. And if you clearly analyze this remainder, what is this? This remainder is nothing but c index 1 x, right? If you compare it with cix, this is cix, that means cx is shifted by ith place, gives you this, and clearly we can see that over here, this is nothing but c of x shifted by one place cyclically, right? So this is nothing but equal to c1 argument x. So building upon this proof, if we say that when x raised to power I, c of x is divided by x raised to power n plus 1, the remainder is cix. This is the important property that we are talking about here. Now we can introduce the important concept of the code generator polynomial. Just like previously we used to find out the generator matrix, in case of cyclic codes, we are going to find the code generator polynomial, which will help us to encode and decode the code word, right? So this code generator polynomial is represented by g of x, and we assume a nk code. All of you must be familiar by now what we mean by n and k. N is the number of digits in the code word, and k is the number of digits in the data word. So number of digits in data word and number of digits in code word. So this code generator polynomial g of x, we have to introduce this concept of g of x for the general code, that is nk code, right? We can say that the c of x, the code word, is represented by c1 x raised to the power n minus 1 plus c2 x raised to the power n minus 2 plus c of n. Okay. So the generator code generator polynomial that is g of x is of order n minus k, is of degree n minus k. Always remember this, g of x will be of degree n minus k. It's very important concept. If the degree of this code word is n, or you can say that the number of digits present in the code word is n, then the degree of the generator polynomial will be n minus k. If the data polynomial d of x represent the data polynomial is of degree k minus 1. Okay, if the degree of data polynomial is k minus 1, this generator polynomial will have degree n minus k. Okay, so this data word d of x can be represented as d1 into x k minus 1 plus d2 x k minus 2 plus d of k. So we can generate the code polynomial. We generate the code polynomial c of x by using the relationship dx into g of x, the same expression that we used in the previous techniques, and it's a very important expression to generate the code polynomial c of x is equal to d of x into g of x. Earlier we used to talk in terms of the matrix, the code matrix or the code vector will be equal to this data vector multiplied by the generator matrix. Now we are talking in terms of the polynomials. C of x is equal to dx into g of x. Okay, now to further get better idea of the things, let us do one example. Okay, so the question is, find a generator polynomial gx for 7,4 cyclic code and find the code vectors for the following data vectors. Which are 1010, 1111, 0001 and 1000. Okay, so the question is to find the generator polynomial g of x. The code given is a 7,4 cyclic code, and also find the code vectors for which the following data vectors. We are given 4 data vectors. Okay, let us try to simplify this question. Okay, so the code given is 7,4. Value of n is equal to 7. Value of k is equal to 4. So n minus k will be equal to 3. Okay. So now if you remember the property says that this generator polynomial g of x, this should be a factor of x raised to power n plus 1. If you remember the property, it says that if you divide x into c of x by x raised to power n plus 1, the remainder is ci of x. Alright, so we can say that this c. Okay, before we further simplify it, I'll just give you one more important property of the cyclic linear block codes. It's a very important property that we forgot earlier. It says that if g of x, which is a generator polynomial, is a polynomial of degree n minus k and is a factor of x raised to power n plus 1, then g of x is a generator polynomial that generates nk cyclic codes, and its vice versa will also be true. That means if a generator polynomial generates a nk cyclic codes, then it has degree n minus k and is a factor of x raised to power n plus 1. Always remember this property in case of the cyclic code. Now we come to the question. In the question we are given with a 7,4 cyclic code, and we need to find the generator polynomial, and we need to find the code vectors for the given data words. Okay, so now we know that g of x, its degree should be n minus k, and it should be a factor of x raised to power n minus 1. Value of n over here is 7. So x raised to power 7, 1 plus 1. If we factorize it, and we need to factorize it in the order of degree 3, because n minus k is equal to 3. We need to find out the generator polynomial. Okay, so all the polynomials with the degree 3 can act as the generator polynomial, which are factor of this x raised to power 7 plus 1. So if we try to factorize this x raised to power 7 plus 1 in different factors having degree 3, the combination that we can achieve is this x plus 1 into x cube plus x plus 1 into x cube plus x square plus 1. You may please verify it. We can factorize this x raised to power 7 plus 1, which is x raised to power n minus 1, sorry, x raised to power n plus 1, in these three factors such that we have maximum possible numbers of the factors having degree 3. So here two factors are having degree 3. So this is the possible combination that we can have. And the order of, we know the order of the generator polynomial is 3. So this is the reason we are trying to factorize this x raised to power n plus 1 in this manner. Okay, so there are two possible choices of gx, the generator polynomial. There are two possible choices, that are x cube plus x plus 1 and x cube plus x square plus 1. These are the two possible choices. You can take any of these two choices. Either it will be given in the question, or now since it is not given in the question, you can take any of the two choices. Let's say we assume this as the generator polynomial, and we say that g of x, the generator polynomial, is x cube plus x square plus 1. And now we need to find out the code vectors for the given data vectors. D is given as the first value of D vector is 1 0 1 0. So corresponding D of x will be equal to x cube plus x. The corresponding D of x to this will be x cube plus x, obviously, right? So the code vector C of x, or the code polynomial here, will be equal to D of x into G of x, that is equal to x cube plus x into x cube plus x square plus 1, and that comes out to be equal to x raised to power 6 plus x raised to power 5 x. Okay, and this is the code polynomial. So the corresponding code vector C will be equal to 1 1 1 0 0 1 0. Okay, it should be a 7-digit code because the cyclic code given is 74 code. So this code vector should be a 7-digit code, and we know by using this polynomial, this code vector can be 1 1 1 0 0 1 0. Okay, so this is the code vector corresponding to the data vector 1 0 1 0. Similarly, we can find out the code vector for all the given 4 data code words. I'll just write down the final answers for your verification. This is the final table that you can verify it on your own. Just like in this manner, you can find out the code words corresponding to all the different data words there. So till now we have seen the general case of the cyclic codes. We have not seen the systematic version of the cyclic codes. In a systematic code, we know that the first k digits are your data bits. If you talk about systematic codes, the first k bits are data bits, and last m, that is n minus k bits, are parity check bits. This is the construction of the systematic codes. So you can say systematic codes are a specific case, special case of the general codes. So our discussion thus far applies to the general cyclic codes only. Till now what we have seen only the general cyclic codes, of which the systematic code will be a special case. So now next topic will be, we'll look at the methods to generate systematic cyclic codes. So this concept of systematic cyclic codes will take up in the next video lecture. Thank you.